I promised to do this to one of my Instagram followers. So here we go. Hi, I'm Bahare, and today I just want to do a normal makeup and show you how I do it. Before anything, let me just take care of my hair, because generally it gets a little bit annoying when I don't do this. And since I'm blind, let me put on my contact lenses first. And I say I'm blind, I really mean that I'm blind. I always start my makeup by using sunscreen, because you always have to take care of your skin with sun cream. A little background about me. When I was 16, 17, I came to Turkey and I started working at a hair salon, so I could learn how to speak in Turkish, because we would have a lot of customers, and also because I wanted to learn how to make myself look prettier. So I started learning how to put on makeup, do nails and stuff like that there. Okay, so after that we're gonna use a primer. This one is good for me. The reason we need to use primer is because when we want to put on makeup, we want our skin to be in the best condition it is, so it can observe the product properly. So for example, for me, some parts of my face is dry, so if I don't use primer, it can look a little bit cakey. It's always best if you use the sun cream down your neck and to your chest, or anywhere else that it might meet the sun. Okay, let's go for foundation. I usually use Revlon. They stopped shipping it in Turkey, so I'm probably gonna have to change it. You see that most of the times when I apply anything, I just tap it instead of sweeping. It's because it's the best way to make sure that your makeup is being absorbed. You see that I keep hitting this instead of just sweeping like this. A little bit here. And sometimes if you feel like your skin is still a little bit dry, try to wet your beauty blender, and then it will help with the absorption. So generally around this time I try contouring. I've done it in many different ways, but recently I really like to do it in a way that it lifts my face, but it doesn't make me feel old. So I kind of want to like keep this side light and make this side shadowy. So this is how I do it. I start from here, and for here I simply do this. Same here. Start from here and then here. Okay, for my nose, it's the same contour. It's a little bit difficult to do it on the cam. Let me fix this. Okay, and it's easier with this. So basically I do this and this. I look really weird. And I take my concealer. Like I said, I want this part to be lighter, so I'm gonna make it like this. And same here. Okay. Here, under my eye, here, under my eyebrows. When it comes to contouring and concealing, you really just have to figure out what fits the best for your face. So right now I feel like this fits me, but maybe later on I change my mind. Every time I want to start blending, I personally like to use a makeup fixing spray, so it can make it a little bit wet, and after I blend it kind of sticks. So we start with this side, and every time I want to blend this side I try to go under a little bit. So I'm done with this side. Now I'm just gonna go for this side. Like I said, spray and blend. Now I'm gonna go for a little bit of blush. So basically I take it with one of these and put it here, because like I said, I want to look a little bit lifted. And then I blend it with one of these. Now I'm just gonna set everything I did with a compact powder. Like I said, hit that skin instead of just swiping. And even if you haven't blended anything, especially in here, it's gonna look more natural. Now I generally take one of this and one of this, and I basically use the darkest shade for here to lift this up a little bit. And I take my beauty blender and blend again. Now some blush here. Now what I'm gonna do is take this, it looks very white, and this beauty blender, I swipe it, and then I'm gonna like make this part a little bit lighter and give it some sort of light. So I bake it. Now we're gonna go for eyebrows. I use pastel. So a lot of people say don't just do this with your brows, but I already have very thick and wide brows, so I really just have to make it a little bit darker, or at least that's how I like it. Not everyone needs to like the same things I do. When it comes to my eyes are already very big, and if I do this you can see more of my eyes, but if I don't, you can't see anything. So whatever I do on top of it, it doesn't really matter. That's why I try to make it natural by only doing this. I bring it down here. That's it. Like I said, doesn't really matter if I use eyeshadow or not. And if I do, I need to use one of these and basically enhance this part. But for normal days, I just use the same pastel that I have, and I put it on my lid just for times that I might close my eyes. I also use the same thing I used for my brows and try to enhance this part a little bit. and here. And if I feel like doing more, I just basically grab a pencil and try to do this. Underline my eye. And maybe a little bit here. It's supposed to look natural. Now we're gonna go with this. Make sure we give it a good curl. I already have a lot of lashes, so this step is really hard for me, but I generally use two different one of these. Basically this one and this one. The first one is basically just to lift it a little bit. We won't forget the ones on the bottom. And now to enhance it, we use this one. As we go up, we wiggle it a little bit. Do you see the difference between this side and this side? Yeah, exactly. Now the last part, lips. Basically just go along with the same line. I sometimes overlined the bottom part, but only sometimes. It's always better to use a darker shade for your lip liner. And then basically do this. In here too. And now when you put on your lipstick or lip gloss, you do this. Looks so much better. And I always like to do this every time I actually want to do something extra. I grab something like this, depending on the color though, depending on what I'm using in here, and I use it in here and in here. It basically gives it more volume. So that's it. That's how I usually go outside. This is my makeup. Hope you enjoy.